I'm sorry that I stole your car. Ain't got those tattoos on my arms that don't mean shit to me. Maybe you should pull the alarm, so I don't take it way too far. Die before I'm 23. I'm sorry, Mom.
Hello there people of the internet, my name is Owen and welcome to this brand new video here on Blurb. Welcome back to fuming, guys. I am glad to have this car back. So today we've got a couple of things to do to fuming, one of which is cleaning up the plastics on the outside of the car. Some of them are faded. I'll give you a little tip on how to do that to your own cars if you need to. You'll see that one in a second. We've also got to sort the speakers out on the doors of the car. They do not work, and I know why, because I need better cables basically, because the cables that are in them are that thin they corrode and then they fail. So I've got my old loom from my old door, which I'm gonna Frankenstein some of them cables to the speaker, and then hopefully we should get that working. And then thirdly, we've also got to sort out the split fold rear seat. The boot also needs emptying, but as you can see, the seats don't sit correctly because there is no bracket in between the split fold, which I need to sort. Speaking of which, that is in my Astra at the moment. A couple of bits to do to fuming, so that we can at least sit in the rear seats. So I need to empty the boot first. We're going to start doing that first, should I say, and then we're going to do everything else as we go along. Right, so this is the state of my boots at the moment. I've got a new boot carpet on the way as well, because the old carpet is a bit grotty. So we need to move the tools, move that wheel. Our wheel's going to go at the back of the shed, and then I've got to get the bracket and find out where that fits on. So first of all, let's take that off and just throw that back there. That'll do. Jump, please. Right. Right. Let's go. Right. This is the bracket that we're missing. It's supposed to sit right there in between them, but I need to find how it sits. So unfortunately for this, I've got to disconnect my sub and move that out of the way. That might as well get binned, and that, and that, and that. There's so many screws and all sorts in here. This carpet is just trashed. Don't need that. I may stick this on because I can't be arsed painting the door again, as I might have future plans for fuming anyways. So I might stick that on just to make it look a little bit less awkward. Oh, good lord. Guys, this carpet is just disgusting. Look at the state of this, guys. Like Christ on the bike. We don't need that. Could just whatever. I would have sat on this rear seat for a while. So what I'm actually doing is I'm taking this off because it fits onto here, and one there and one there fits onto them too, so it effectively sits like that, so that leans back, and then these need to be screwed into each individual part of the seat, and then that should sort the problem. Why I binned my last one, I don't know, but hey ho, things and shit happens. So I need to put this back on. I remember this being a pain, if I remember how to do it, that is. Okay, that's pretty much in. That ain't gonna go anywhere. So now that's in, I can put this seat back down, and then we got the matter of sorting how to fit the other seats back in with screws. Right, so I'm gonna find a screw. I'm sure I've got loads of them that'll fit them snug, because I'm sure it's a screw that goes into there and fits into the seat, and that's what keeps it from moving. So let's put all this back, and then we'll find out and see what we can do about that. Right. Time to climb in here again. Whew. Okay, so these definitely fit in. There we go. And it's 20 to 4 now. And we still haven't finished this one job that we set out to do. But, that being said, it's getting there. Obviously I'm not going to get my new carpets anytime soon, but they're on the way, so long as I keep this boot tidy to an extent, then we're on a winner. So just to show you a little bit better, these screws fit in perfectly. Luckily we had some in the shed. This is what I needed to fit into there, which is perfect. They fit in fine. So now I've got to do the other seat, and then we are in business, and I could finally sit on the back of these very nice seats. now to put the boot together and then crack on with something else. Here we are, guys. The boot is nice and tidy now, and the seats are in properly. So we're going to change that carpet anyways, don't worry. Just to demonstrate and to test. Let's see how these seats are, because I haven't actually sat in these yet, not properly. Well, they're holding me up, so that's a plus at least. So I haven't actually sat in the back of this car for a long time. But hey ho, it is comfortable, so that's alright. So now we're going to tackle that mess there, sort the speakers, and sort that light out because my LED broke. I've got some for it now. Just tidy up the interior really. Got more carpets on the way, but I'm gonna hide these cables because they look a mess. I've got a carpet that'll just cover over that for now. I've got loads of dehumidifiers in here, and I don't see any water in that one. But this entire wiring harness is the electrical ones for the door there. Because that door used to be an electric door, and now it isn't. But what I needed was this cable here, if I can get the bloody thing, this one. But as you can see, it's quite rotten and we need to change it. So we're going to be using some of the cables in here, probably this brown one and maybe that black one there. I'm going to use them as speaker cable because they're already insulated and they're much thicker, so they shouldn't be less viable to break. So that is why we're going to be using that. That can just go there. And then we've also got this trim, which I may have mentioned already. I'll get some tiger seal and we'll seal that onto the door over there. Because one, it's just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. It's cracked here, so it's not going to last for long anyway. But it's just to tidy up because I can't be arsed painting this door again, even though it is a crap job, which I've mentioned in previous videos. But if you're new to the channel, I'll show you. As you can see, it's all rough here. There's no lacquer on there at all. It's just paint, but luckily there's still stuff underneath. This part isn't so bad. It's the outside really that you can tell the difference. Now it's not horrible. I can live with it, but I don't know how well you can see it on camera. When it's dirty you don't notice it, but there is orange peel, there is swirl marks, and there are sand marks you can still see, like here. Which, yeah, I suppose if you keep polishing it, it will come off. I mean, it's still a reflective door, so it's nothing too in your face. What is in your face is it's missing the trim, which if we have a look on the other side's fine. This still needs sanding down and flattening off. You can see all the orange peel in there. But even so, that's all stuff we can do. I have a tip on how to make all these plastic trims go back to black again, which I will show you. Okay, the best way to clean these trims, or at least make them go back to black again, believe it or not, I learned this off a friend of mine, it's actually vegetable oil. So like cooking oil essentially. So you just smear it on with a microfiber and it'll go back to black again. See, now just by using sunflower oil, that's how, well, it wasn't even sunflower oil, it's squirty vegetable oil from Sainsbury's, which I just bought. That was what it used to look like, and that's what it looks like now when you rub it in. As you can see, I need to do the rest, but I'll have a look at the rest. So this one we need doing, front bumper, might as well get done. The mirrors, door handle, this one here, and the boot. And there we go. Plastic arches are sorted, front and back. Door handle's no longer white. Mirror, we've even done the scuttle panel. Front bumper, it's nice and clean. Look at that. It's much better. There we are, vegetable oil. Anyways, let's get on to doing the door speakers. Okay guys, so I've got everything that I need, wiring and everything else, including some bits over there like a lighter. First of all though, I need to take off this door. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws to take off this little panel to get to the speaker there. I'll be first to admit I don't use the original screws for that panel, but make sure you keep them as safe as you can. As you can see underneath the door here, where we've actually, repainted everything, it looks quite smart. So now we're going to take off this, which is attached by 3, or it was 3, it's now 2 screws, and then that should come off and show us where these cables are that we've got to change. So let's just do that quickly. And we've just determined that the speaker is actually fine, but I mean, it needs a little clean perhaps, but there's nothing going to the cable. So it is the harness, which I believe, if I just put that down, I've got loads of tape on here to make sure that it didn't move, and well, it hasn't, but it hasn't done a brilliant job at doing what it needed to. So I bet you in here, yeah, look at that. And this is the crap cable that they give you, and it's just so flimsy and thin. It's just shit. This is why we got them. So we're gonna need to clean them up a bit and then reattach some new ones. That I think is what we need to do. Many people would say this is a waste of a harness that people would say they would use, but I do need this for my speakers, and I know that this doesn't work anyways because part of the wires are burnt on this anyway, which is partly the reason why I got it. But these cables seem to be okay, so I'm going to cut this one and I'm going to use this as my stereo speaker wire. Okay, so now I've got 2 decent sized wires which are quite thick as well in comparison to these ones, which are just utterly rubbish. I mean, let me just show you what I mean by the corrosion here. Do you know what? Anything can be used as a mount to record a video, but I'm going to show you how thin these wires are. So there we go. That's how thin they are. They're not very thick. Whereas the original cables like these are much thicker. See the difference? Now this one's black, which concerns me just a tad, but it should be fine. and we're going to have a look to see if this works. So, keys on, and then we need to set that to CD, and let's see. Yeah, that's working. Okay, turning it off before copyright kicks in. Yes, we have the Queen on, but that is fixed. That is working perfectly fine. I need to find some more wires out of that to do the other side. So let's put this all together and tick this side off our list. That's the next side we have to do. So, alright then, so this side was a little bit worse than thought. I mean, I've sorted out the cables, the cable was fine. The old lot was all this rubbish. And as you can see, just by looking at these contacts here, they are severely corroded, and because of that, it's also done that. But I think I'm lucky enough that I've got enough of a contact there for now. Because, I mean, this was only a cheap speaker anyways. I might have to get another one, but that should be just enough to keep it going for now, until I do eventually buy another one of these speakers. But that should work, hopefully. And these new connections, if the camera would focus, they should just plug in fine. Okay, I've put this Vibe speaker upside down. And I'm going to put everything back together, and hopefully this will work. I've put it upside down as well, because the contacts on the other side are facing upwards, so that they shouldn't just fall out. And hopefully that will do us for now. Okay guys, I have sorted the speakers are working fine now. When I say they're working fine, the passenger side one with the rust, that speaker isn't performing well, and I know why. It's because the seal's gone on that door and the water's gone in there, and because that's the side of the car that's been wet when it's been stood, that's why that's corroded as bad as it has, which isn't brilliant. I'll have to go and get some connector covers to cover over it for next time, I think. But I will have to buy a new speaker. It's probably going to cost me 15 quid for a new speaker. They're dirt cheap. And that's for a Vibe. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Now we've got the rear seats fitted in properly. The boot is nice and clean. I did try and put the LED lights into the interior, but they're too small. So a friend of mine gave me another set, and that is also too small. So I'll have to try and revisit that one at another day. But the speakers are now working fine. I can hear my music much better. And I think it's time to go out and enjoy fuming for a little bit before we do anything else. I've ordered some sandpaper, some paint. We've got lacquer. We've got primer. And also a few other Vauxhall emblems that'll go onto the centre caps. We're going to replace all the centre cap covers and glue them on properly, because they keep falling off all the time. So I'm just going to put Tiger Seal behind them just to give them a bit of an extra stick. And then whilst I'm at it, I'll also do the trim on the door as well, so it makes the car look a lot better. Now the idea is that door, I can't be bothered respraying it again. I'm thinking of wrapping the car anyways in future, so it seems logical to do it when I do it then. So anyways guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like what you see on this channel, then why not leave a like and subscribe. And until next time guys, I will see you guys in the next one.